Giving all praises, honors, and glories unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Akakwadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that told me this truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect scattered through the four corners of the earth. My name is Kodash Payah, and before I play this little short video, probably read a paragraph or two from this article. I'm going to get a scripture. Alright, let's get real quick. In the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 5, verse 1, nevertheless, as coming the tokens, behold, the day shall come that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. Alright, so now we're gonna play this video on this article. As you can see where it says no apologies from weaponized banks canceling faith groups and also other groups, but they're gonna get into it. Alright, let's listen.
New kind of discrimination. A growing number of Christian and conservative groups are facing a new kind of discrimination. Banks are closing their accounts, turning off payment processors, putting some on blacklists. What's even more troubling is that these actions are carried out under the cover of our federal banking laws. CBN's Stalehurt reports on what's behind this growing trend.
Banking has become weaponized. Christian and conservative groups are labeled high risk and then debanked or denied financial services. Among the victims, Indigenous Advanced Ministries, which helps orphans and widows in Africa. Its account closed by Bank of America. Family Council of Arkansas, which works to promote traditional family values, canceled by JP Morgan Chase. And the Pro-Family Ruth Institute. It lost its payment processor after it was targeted by the Southern Poverty Law Center as a hate group.
The office manager.
So they're gonna attack different groups, different businesses, right? And they're gonna label them hate groups or these religious groups or anybody that is speaking out on certain things that goes against these these elites, these agendas, these banking families, right? And Kanye West was a prime example to that, a multi-millionaire, almost a billionaire, and just like that, they froze his assets. So so just imagine. And then you gotta understand, cash is no more, you know what I mean? So they don't care, right? But this is the truth, or that's gonna be barren faith. They're gonna shut down accounts, they're gonna shut down all of that, and that's when your faith is gonna be tested. But let's play on.
Received an email saying, "We're not going to do business with you anymore." She went right then and looked at our bank account, and it was gone. The credit card processing was gone.
And what qualified the Ruth Institute as an alleged hate group?
The dream of the Ruth Institute is that every child be welcomed into a loving home with their own mother and father married to each other.
Even the National Committee for Religious Freedom, a multi-faith organization headed by former U.S. Senator and Religious Freedom Ambassador Sam Brownback, had its bank account closed by JP Morgan Chase.
And now you got to think, right? They're coming back with this another lockdown. If people don't comply, guess what? They shutting down your account. They're going to start shutting all these people's accounts down. And then sooner or later, this whole economy is going to collapse anyway, right? So we're in the beginning of that, which will ultimately lead to the hour of temptation. Meaning what? A time of trial, test, man. All right? And so, not too long ago, they made the digital identification mandatory globally, to those states that are complying. But this just goes to show you, man, All right, let's play on.
I went in to make a deposit at a branch here in Kansas about 3 or 4 weeks after we'd opened up the account, I think. And the teller there said, that account's been closed. I go, what? She said, yeah, it's that account's been closed. Your funds will be being sent to you in a couple of weeks.
Banking expert Nick Anthony says federal law gives banks a myriad of excuses to cancel groups whose values present what's termed reputational risks. He adds the real culprits may also be federal regulators who can pressure banks to cancel certain groups.
Banks are deputized as de facto law enforcement investigators, and they face a very real consequence of missing anything. When banks have concerns about money laundering or suspicious source of funds, or they don't like where
Excuses.
the funds are going for any reason.
All of that is excuses. Oh, money laundering. And with that digital ID, which ultimately is going to be run by the CBDC, which ultimately will lead to that physical digital currency will be in the form of a digital device that they're going to want to put in you. But anyway, the point I'm making is that that's how they're going to regulate your life. You're going to be owned. And this is why the scriptures tell us that we're going to be even as pilgrims upon the earth, off grid. You know what I mean? And this is going to cause havoc with a lot of people, uproars, riots, protests, and this is slowly but surely pushing people's backs against the wall. You see?
Reason, they're prohibited from telling customers what the actual reason is. They're prohibited from telling people that they filed these reports to the government and now something has gone awry.
That said, Anthony believes the law is also being used as cover to cancel groups banks don't like. Sam Brownback would later learn that J.P. Morgan Chase canceled his group after designating him as a politically exposed person with a customer risk profile, a designation that's only supposed to be applied to foreign nationals, not former U.S. senators. Nevertheless, J.P. Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon said no apologies are necessary. It's no secret that corporate boardrooms are...
So now if you don't want to apply, or comply rather, if you don't want to comply to the new laws that they're going to bring out, which is why I brought that scripture out, then, hey, no money for you. Matter of fact, no, I didn't. This is the one that in the book of Isaiah, real quick, chapter 10, verse 1, it said, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. That's unrighteous, man. And that right grievousness which they have prescribed, right? So let's real quick, I wanna, now this phone wanna act up, I wanna get the word right. That's an unrighteous decree, but I want to get the word grievousness.
Strong's H 5999. Amal.
Right, so it's what? Toil, trouble, labor, trouble, mischief. Alright? Trouble times is coming to those. And if they freeze your account, then guess what? You can't go to work. You can't what? You can't buy nor sell. See where this is going? It don't take a rocket scientist to add 2 and 2 together. Let's read it again. Isaiah 10 and 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. And we're going to get that word too. And that right grievousness, troublesome. It's going to be trouble, which they have prescribed. So let's get decree and then prescribe, right? It's unrighteous, so it's going to bring troublesome. So when they decree something, they bring in what? A statute, an action. See? A law. And this also goes to show that the Constitution is not written for you Jakes, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, which are the biblical Israelites. Alright? A decree, to cut out decree, inscribed to set in grave poetry to govern. Alright? Yeah, that was the point. That was the point on that. Right? Because we know also, let's get Isaiah. Let's get Isaiah 24 real quick. Verse 11, it says, get to the point. There is a crying. Matter of fact, let's start at 10. Isaiah 24 and 10, the city of confusion is broken down. And with that word confusion, Babal, or like when you say Babylon, right? Because this America is Babylon the Great, which follows the customs and traditions of ancient Babylon, Rome, right? Even Egypt, also Sodom and Gomorrah. Because these banks that's cutting people's money off or freezing their assets, these banks promote and endorse what? The ABC boys, if you know what I'm talking about. The fruit pops. So, ain't that some shit? It's also a form of divide and conquer, but it says the city of confusion is broken down, every house is shut up, that no man may come in. This place is being broken down from the inside out. There is a crying for wine in the streets, so people are going to cry for wisdom, to hear the words, to get this truth, and soon that's not going to be able to happen anymore, It says, all joy is darkened and the mirth of the land is gone. And the city is left desolation and the gate is smitten with destruction. Because these laws is going to bring nothing but destruction. Anyway, let's go back, right? Let's play.
Rooms are under pressure from liberal groups to push DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, which includes the LGBTQ agenda. The most powerful investment firm in the world, BlackRock, has stated that LGBT diversity is in their DNA. And nearly every major credit card issuer has openly donated money to the LGBTQ cause, a cause most conservative faith groups oppose.
The profit motive is not their only motive anymore. The people who are choosing the regulatory process are people who have a vision for family life in America, for human sexuality, and they're using their power to create a world in their own image.
Bank of America, which closed Indigenous Advanced Ministries accounts, said religious beliefs are not a factor in any account closing decision, but that it was because of a side business of debt collection services run by the ministry. While we found an instance where a liberal group was debanked.
Debt collection. So, that's funny. Because isn't everybody here in debt? Go figure that out, right?
Most have been conservative or faith groups. After his experience, Brownback started a website called Chased Away, so others like him could share their...
Religious freedom is under attack by corporate America. This place is and they're not attacking other groups, which I'm not gonna name. But anyway,
story.
You ought to be able to.
All right, my man. So I did say I was gonna read like a paragraph. It says an increasing number of Christian and conservative organizations, which is a broad statement for basically anyone that's an organized group, or if you will, that's basically going against the policies that they're bringing out, and they're using finances to cripple people's lives. You see? Hey, but this was all warned. Say they're being debanked. Accounts are closed. payment processors are turned off, or some are placed on a donor blacklist. So they got a list, man, right? Banking and financial services have become weaponized. Christian and conservative groups labeled high risk. High risk for what? What's the risk? What are you talking about? Can be denied financial services, and it's happening under the cover of federal banking laws. Among the victims, indigenous and advanced groups, which they talk, really, that's Israelites, which helps orphans and widows in Africa. Its account was closed by Bank of America. So if Bank of America, JP Morgan, fucking, whatever bank you got, if they see that you're a risk to society, they shutting your shit down. They shutting your shit down. And, that's why also Isaiah, I just thought of 31, Isaiah 30 and 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help. Because who are you going to go to help with now? Like, especially, it says widows, single mothers, right? Single parents. Rather kids. And because then that's it. You can't pay rent. You can't put gas in your car. You can't buy food. You can't put your kids in school. You can't get medical care. So this is also part of them cutting off second Ezra, the 9th chapter, their benefits, So let me get another scripture, man. Faith is the key, right? Now, real quick, Acts chapter 14, the scripture, Lord willing, we close off on this. Verse 22, it reads, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith. Alright? Continue in the faith. And nothing's not really happening to you. How is your faith being exercised? Right? So this is why things are about to get real critical. And this is all we're going to have, really. Faith. And you got to have faith in the right things, the right name, the right doctrine. And that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of Yahweh. Why Yahweh Shai. So, tribulation is coming. Tumultuous times, Jacob's troubles. Right? So, yeah. Through much tribulation we shall enter. So, keep the faith. We see what's going on. Be not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. Because this place, all of this, it's not going to last any long. We at the end. So with that, I hope this was edifying. Quick update. Till next time, Shalom.